Hello, welcome to More to the Game, www.moretothegame.co.uk. This is the Xbox division. I'm X-Solid, and we're going to be reviewing today Lost Odyssey on Xbox 360. Basically, it's developed by Mistwalker Studios. It was released in the UK and the US, along with the rest of Europe, in February of 2008 and December of 2007 for Japan. Since Mistwalker Studios is the developer behind it, Mistwalker, we all should know, has been founded by the main guy who created the biggest franchise in RPG history, which is Final Fantasy. Basically, I'm going to get on with this pretty quickly. We're going to go straight into presentation. It sticks with the old classic JRPG menus. It's brilliant, it's simplistic to look at, but there is some flaws with it. It sticks with the grey colour palette, which is very low, and it's just not very nice to look at half the time. You have your pictures of your characters, it has everything labelled out clearly for you, but the writing is also a problem. The fonts and the colour of the writing is not really good for your eyes, and it can sometimes really confuse people if you have a very small TV. Moving on to the story, basically Lost Odyssey set in a world that is going through a magical industrial revolution, and magic has been existing for a while, but now in the past 30 years it's been getting a lot stronger, and it's been in creatures and everything in that planet, and basically it's affected the society. They've been building magic engines harnessing this power and using it for everyday use, for lighting, for automobiles, for communication, but it's also been used for war. War's been raging on between three continents, Numara, Gotha and Ura. These three have been the main problems, and Numara is the only one that hasn't communicated in war. Basically, you start off as the lone warrior who's immortal, Kaim. Kaim works for Ura, and you're in the middle of a war rage between Gotha and Ura until it's finally been demolished by a falling meteor in the sky. You are sent back to Ura as a survivor who's believed to have thought would have been dead, and you are reported to the council. You have been told to investigate Grandstaff, which is a giant magic engine created by Ura, who was in charge by a magician which is their strongest, Gongora. Your assignment was to basically go and investigate this, give your report in and come back, and for that you also had another companion with you called Seth, who was also immortal, which you didn't know that she was, along with one other person which you get just before the end of that quest is Jansen, a black mage who is working with Gongora. Basically, after that, I will not spoil the story, but it will lead you through kidnapping, betrayal, all sorts of perilous journeys, vast different environments, a lot of gripping stuff, and it will reveal tearful secrets, weird ideas, and it's very well done. There are very little plot holes in this story, but it's been very well sewn together, and a lot of care has been brought into this game. Moving on to graphics. Good character models, good environments. There's wonderful spells. The spells look great on this console, and it looks great in this game. There's plenty of love and care has been put into this game. Moving on to sound. The music in the game is very good. It's composed by the guy that does majority of the Final Fantasy games, so it's obviously stuff that you would expect it to be in the game. You have traditional town music, you have your traditional battle music, and your boss, etc, etc. The best battle music, it is the best battle music in any game RPG I've played actually. It's really gripping, it's immersive, and it really makes you feel like a big edge forward to winning a fight. Besides that's all good. The voice work is the only thing that needs to be worked on. Majority of the characters seem a bit dull and pointless at times, and especially these two kids later on in the game. Their voices really should have been cut out or recasted straight away. But as this is a normal English dub, this is what you would expect. But besides that, the whole title is good, the whole sound is good. It's nothing to bug your ears, but if it does, just go back to the Japanese. The Japanese is really good, and the subtitles are very close to the English. Moving on to gameplay, it plays just like an ordinary traditional RPG. It has your turn-based action. The difference is now you also have a ring system. The ring system acts as if you're going to equip statuses or elements to your weapons, and you can build these by gathering materials and that, or finding them. Finding the whole rings. Immortals in the game can't learn abilities. The only way they can learn abilities is via a skill link. This basically means they've got to go and skill a link with a mortal on their team. So if I wanted, say, Kaim to learn Black Magic level 1, I have to go to Jansen and say I want to learn this. So you skill link them, and Kaim's going to have to battle to get enough SP to learn that ability. And it goes on like that. Moving on to the final thing, the overall verdict out of 10. I'm giving it a 7.8 because it's traditional and it appeals to a very wide audience who love Final Fantasy or love any traditional turn-based RPG. It can be really hard in areas, but then again that's the part of the challenge. It's got a good story, it's gripping, but it lacks the polish in voice work and very limited character development, which is a bit of a bummer. It's not Final Fantasy, but it's a really good game and I recommend you to pick it up. If you do not pick it up, rent it at least. It's a really good title to own on your Xbox. This has been X Solid, and this is the Xbox Division. I hope you enjoyed it.